It's the feast of Corpus Christi. Where I live in Sydney, New South Wales, Australia, there'll be about 20,000 people on what they call, or what we call, the Walk for Christ. We walk Christ, the Blessed Sacrament, the Holy Eucharist, the Blessed Eucharist. We walk through the city, ending in St Mary's Cathedral, that most beautiful building in Sydney. The Eucharist has taken different names, of course, throughout history. One of the earliest names was the medicine of immortality. It's a very beautiful phrase, that when you eat this bread and drink this cup, when you receive with reverence the sacred body, blood and soul and divinity of Christ, then it's a promise of immortality. It's a medicine healing you now, and it's a medicine healing you unto eternity, when we will meet Christ definitively. It's a beautiful name. And of course the word Eucharist means thanksgiving, so it's a day when we stop and give thanks to God for everything that we have and everything that we are, and especially this most extraordinary gift, the Eucharist. The Church teaches remarkably, I think, but obviously truly, that in the most blessed Eucharist is contained the entire spiritual tradition of the Church, the entire spiritual tradition. So from Abraham and Sarah 4,000 years ago to now, the Eucharist contains everything. And the reason for that is because the Eucharist is Christ himself. In the 7 sacraments, the sacrament of baptism, the anointing of the sick, the confession of one's sins, confirmation, marriage, you name it, all those sacraments, Christ is acting. And that's true in this case as well. But in the Eucharist, it's not only Christ acting, but it's Christ himself. And Christ gathers up every part of our tradition, our 4,000-year tradition, which I think is obviously proving very, very attractive to young people. Young people, I think, are delighted to know that we have this tradition, and they're living at a time of great change that we are, as Leo the 13th and now Leo the 14th are reminding us. When we're living in times of great change, we've got to go back and stand on our spiritual tradition in order to embrace the new changes that the world brings with it. So that's a wonderful thing. So the Walk with Christ is on this weekend. I wanted to finish by telling you a very beautiful story. When I was the rector of a seminary here in Sydney, between 2008 and 2014, we had some students from Uganda, 2 of them, and so I was asked to go over to their ordinations to the priesthood. It was the most magnificent ceremony for sure. It went for 3 hours and 40 minutes, a lot longer than ours, because the Africans really love to celebrate, and they celebrate in the most joyful and reverent way. It's really quite something. So on the day that I got to Uganda, I said Mass in the chapel there, and there were some beautiful Ugandan nuns that were present. And as I held up the sacred host, and as I held up the precious blood of Christ, they clapped. They clapped. And I, at the time, thought to myself, what's going on here? So I said to the nun as I finished the Mass, what was that all about? And she said, what's wrong with you? That's what she said. What's wrong with you? She said, a divine visitor has come among us, and he needs to be welcomed. It's a beautiful way of looking at the Eucharist.